Hello, 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 everybody. Today we're gonna go over get back into the routine, the routine. So our routine is always the first thing we're gonna do is look at the news, and the news has been going really crazy for the last 2 to 3 weeks. But always make sure it says today is May 23rd. That shows you the last time on my computer I looked at the news. I look at it on my phone too, though. And today is the 27th. So let's go to the 27th and the 27th. See what we got. We got some orange folders, which means the market moves a little bit, but doesn't move a lot. So I don't really worry about the orange ones. But we have some odd CPIs, New Zealand. We don't really trade those. The thing about the odd is that it's connected basically to gold. So it has a correlation. So this might affect gold right here. And we got to know the correlations to different things. FOMC member Waller speaks. Waller isn't the top person, but this might be an event at around 7:10 that's going to have some kind of impact because this is one of the six big things at FOMC whenever something happens with that. And let's see here. And the scanners at the top are not on. Let's see if we can refresh it. Now they're on. And what we see here is that USD is losing, but is beating Japan. And Japan is losing the euro really bad. So we're looking at the scanners to see like what's the general trade that we can kind of make here. United States is beating New Zealand and is beating the odd, but you can see it's going to be losing in a second because it's going the wrong way. So the best trade is against Japan right now. GBPJPY looks like the best trade just on looking up here. And we know that JPY is losing to almost everybody. There's kind of like a little turnaround right here. That might be more of a breathing situation. Like right here, there's one candle going down. And let's look into that. Because now it's on the 5-minute candles. And we see for the last 15 minutes. It kind of like got consolidated right here. And it is kind of like in a down. So let's go back and let's look at GBP. This looks like this could be a good trade. It has been going down for 25 minutes. There is kind of like a resistance right here. But as you see, it's been going just straight up. GBP, JPY, since like 9 p.m. last night. So I would think like what's happened is something right here. But it did cross over this moving average right here pretty good. I don't think we really have a good trade on the Forex. Sometimes I like to trade Forex. It's very easy to predict sometimes, but right now it's not. Let's look at the currency strength meter and see if we see anything. We see that Japan is the weakest, GBP is the strongest. It looks like it might be a good trade still because it's so unbalanced. So let's double check it again. Same thing. GBP is the strongest. JPY is the weakest. I'm going to go ahead and make a GBP, JPY, and I'm going to buy. I'm going to go ahead and buy. And so I'm not going to use, heavy lot sizes or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm just going to get a win. That's what I'm looking for, a win. I'm not doing a 1% trade or anything. Sometimes when I'm trading Forex, I'm looking for like a point, 5%, not a 1% or a 2%, but a 0.5, and that's good enough. So I need to add the instrument. Sometimes you have to do that. And this is for the prop firm. So I wanted to buy, and my stop loss potential loss is going to be $347. My take profit is going to be $625. So I'm looking for double, and then I'm just doing one lot size. So I'm in that trade to win that trade. And I started off $11 in the negative, just getting in the trade. And I always like to look at the spread to see, how I got in and what was I losing before. Okay, because now I'm up $2. So it started going in my way. Now I'm up $6. So it's always good to know like the spread, because that's really where you got in the trade at. You got in the trade losing $11 on this trade. Now I'm up $15, $17, $18, $26, $30. So, I got in the trade losing $11, and now it's up $36. So it's always good to look at things like that. Okay, I want you guys to always see where you got in at, and what it did, right? Oh, Bitcoin just shot up big time. Wow. All right, let's look at the trade we just took. And we took this trade right here, GB. And wow, look at this, you guys. The same time I'm taking that trade is the same time the bot calls a trade out. We got in at the right time. I'm up $40 from the trade right here. And the bot seen it too. So the bot has the same strategy I have. Now I'm up $50. So it's looking really, really good right now for us. Let's look at what the 5 minute looks like. It's just a green. Since we got in, it just hit green. We got ups all day. A lot of us are trading just the instruments that I have coming out of the Telegram. The Telegram is beautiful, and it has like the top trades that everybody trades, but don't forget that you have access to a lot of great trades. Like, if you would have took this trade right here, up, you would have won some money. If you'd have took it up right here, up right here. These are 5 minute trades. Let's look at 15-minute trades on this same trade, and let's see what happened. Right here, it was flatlined. It started not moving, right? You don't want to be in trades that is really just no kind of movement. But you could have took this trade. It went down here. You could have won that. This trade right here, you probably would have ended up losing that. But let's see. So it went up right here, big time. And I was calling another go. And you see that it's not flatline. Flatline means it is mostly moving left to right. So don't get what flatline is confused. If you look right here to right here, it's just going left to right. It went down a little bit and went right back up, and it's little bitty candles. See, this is above the moving average. This is the moving average, the blue line in the middle, and it's above, right? And it's just keeps on rising and rising and rising. It's moving. Now, when you start getting this part right here where it's coming left to right, that might be a sign that it's not going to be moving the same way. But here we go with this. Let's look at the 30-minute. See if we got anything. It told us to sell right here. We could have got in right here, but I wouldn't have took this trade right here. So all this stuff right here, it is not good. Whenever it's too close to this moving average and just going left to right from the moving average. And also what you'll tell is when you know not to trade is when the Bollinger Band is really close to each other. This is like a boa constrictor around you. The trade's not really moving. It says it's going to go up. Yeah, it goes up. It says it's going to go down. Yes, it went down. But there's really no money in that trade at all. So, we kind of avoid those trades. Here goes a down. We could have won a lot of money on this one. But it gave us a buy. We might have got out right around there too. Let's see here. Let me look at the hour. Here goes a couple good 4-hour trades. I love taking 4-hour trades. They can really make you a lot of money. Even if you got in right here, let's say you got out right there. It fired back up. You could have stayed in, got out here if you want to. But something like this that goes down here, you're making pretty good. Something that starts right here and goes up is a really great trade. So I love the 4 hours day trades, are really good. So we just seen that trade. Let's look at Euro JPY because it was a good trade also. And what you notice, like on the days and 4-hour candles, sometimes it doesn't make that many trades. Sometimes it doesn't make that many trades. Here goes a good one. This is pretty good because we're on the 4 hours. If you see how you would have got in here, and for a whole day it was going down, or for a whole 4 hours. Let's see. So the number one trade in the world is this one right here. There's basically you get in, there's no there's zero spread. It's always like you get in and it gives you the perfect position to get in. Here we go. It goes up. Here we go right here. This is going up. This is something I should probably put on Telegram. It's a big down right here on the 15 minutes. You would have won that trade. Up, up for 3-4 candles, down. That's the half an hour. Here goes the hour. You get in right here. It went way up here. Right here, 4 hours. It went up for about 8 hours. Here goes one to go up. It just went up a little bit for the second candle. You probably still be in that trade. Down right here. Up right here for about 4 days. This one, you probably would have got out of it. Might have stayed in it. Some trades I'm still in an Ethereum trade right now. Then let me look. I'm in an Ethereum trade and I got in that trade in April 29th. Okay, I did a trade with Ethereum for April 29th. I got in for 1 pip, right? And I got an Ethereum. It was worth 1,824. I told everybody about it. And I got in Solana with my real money. I just converted my real money to Solana. So it's like I got in a trade, but I just got in for it to go up. I didn't trade it. But Ethereum USD, I got in at 1,824, and now Ethereum's at 2,665. So that means that I made $820 so far off of that trade. And I'm staying in because I really, really like Ethereum right now. Another one that I'm in is Solana. Let's see Solana. I got in Solana like the same time. April, here goes April right here. So let's see, it was the 29th that I got in. I think it was before that actually, but let's just go to the 29th and see where that was. Okay, so right here, I got an up signal on the day for Solana. This is the reason why I got in. That it was the 27th, 29th kind of area. And it was at $145, and now it's at $180. So these are the things that we see and we know about. I don't really like XRP, and I'm in ADA too. So let's look at ADA. ADA is up 2% today. Let's look around that time. That April, here it is right here. We got a call from the bot to go up on this one. I got it a few days later, but ADA was at like 68 cents at that time, or if I got in even lower at 64 cents, but now it's at 77 cents. And that's a big profit when you have your winning from the trades and you buy crypto that is going up. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm looking at other stuff too. I'm not just using the bot to look at the Telegram trades. I'm actually looking at other trades. There's a plethora of trades here. And you see how I got all the Telegram trades at the top, basically. But I like trading Apple. You guys always see me trading Apple. You know, look at this. Apple to go up right here. We would have got in that day for Apple to go up. Look where it went. It went way up. If we would have got in the Apple to go down on the day signal, look where it went. It went way down. So these are things that like people dream of a robot to tell them when to get into, the stock trades. So like something like this, hours on the Apple is going down. I mean, people can make, if you're a trader and you're trading Apple, you can make millions of dollars on trading something like this. It just goes down right here. Trust me. And here it goes again. Sell, sell, sell. We see it. Somebody will tell us, somebody told me, oh yeah, man, buy Tesla. I work for Tesla. Well, somebody's cousin, one of my best friends called me. He said, man, buy Tesla, man. My cousin works for Tesla. He said it's going to shoot right up like a rocket. And I was like, nah. I looked at the bot and I told him, I said, because he was going to like invest all his savings into it. I said, oh, no, don't do that. I mean, that was back when it was just in free fall, you know, something like, I think it was that, yeah, like February or something, maybe in March, he told me this, but I mean, that thing was falling. And I told him, I looked, I said, nah, I think it was back during this time right here. And I said, no, it's falling, man. Well, you got to wait. You got to wait. But, if he told me on this day right here, hey, I think Tesla's going up, I would have said, yeah, go ahead. 270. It was at 275 right here. Now it's around 345. Yeah, that's a good trade. Did anybody get in that GBPJPY trade? Because if you did, um, man, I'm doing it's going up like a rocket. And that's something that we just looked at. And look at this. Since we got in this trade, we got in right here, you guys. Look what happened. While we're talking, we're making money. And so that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. I mean, when I see something like this happen, I might just get out. I'm going to get out the trade right here. I don't even have to wait for it to go any further. I'm fine. What I wanted, it almost did. And I'm good with that because it like right now, it can go back down and take all my profits, but it went up 3 big candles in a row. I'm good because I'm looking at this trade. Yes, it is in an uptrend, but most of the time when it starts doing 2 candles right here, it goes back down, 3 candles right here, and it starts going back down halfway, I'm good. Because if we get these 3 candles again, we're basically right where we started at. So with something like that, I'm trading what? Off of really quick looking at, what I'm targeting. This is more of a, 5 to 15 minute type of trade. Look at what's going down already. I hope you guys got out where I got out at the top. But thank you. Thank you for that we could go on and just measure something up real quick and win in Forex. Forex is easier to trade than the other ones, and I don't really tell you about Forex all the time, but I'm gonna always start out and go through our method of our 4 ways to look at the market. We looked at the market at the news, but not just the news. See, the news is more of this stuff right here. But the scanner, this right here, this is the news too, because this tells you, who's winning, who's losing. So all I did is pick like a Goliath versus David without that stone in his hand. Sometimes David's gonna win and reverse everything, but most of the time Goliath is gonna win. Not in the Bible sense, but remember David had God on his side. That's why he really won that battle. So God is way bigger than Goliath. But I'm saying, like, if you have a heavyweight boxer versus a lightweight boxer, the heavyweight boxer is usually gonna win every time because he's gonna be able to give him a knockout blow. So all we did is we looked and we said JPY was losing every single trade up here. And which one was it losing the most? Well, it was losing the most right here at 76 because GBP is 76 points higher than Japan in the last 6 hours. This is telling us what happened in the last 6 hours. So we seen it breathed right here and we said, get in, and we got in right here and it went straight up. But now look, I told you guys to get out. Why? Because it went up so fast. I was saying it'll probably go down even the same speed. So we got out, we got our money. Some people like to just stay in, not listen. And look, that took half of your profits right now are gone because I got out up here and that was way down here, moving like a rocket going down. And you got to be able to see stuff like that because most of the problem that I'm seeing when I do one-on-ones are people are staying in the trade too long when they got some profit and they don't take the profit. Some people are staying in too less to where it's like still breathing a little bit and you had to wait for that push to go up. And once you get that push, once you get that, something like that, you're done. Well, why did I put in my stop loss for way more and my take profit for way more than what I got? Because if I go do something else and then I come back to this trade in hours, then I'm expecting that trade to be done in a positive way and make the money, right? But you see that on that trade, I was doing a 2-to-1. I would have won 2 times more than I would have lost. So even if I would have lost, you know, even if I would have lost,
No.
even if I would have lost, um, you know, I could have lost basically 2 trades and just won 1, and I would have broke even. If I would have did that, if I would have took 3 trades, I could have lost 2 of them, only needed to win 1, and I would have still broke even. And anything more than that, if I would have won the first 2 trades, now I'm up 4, and then if I would have lost, I would have only lost 1. So I would have been up, 3 instead of. See, here it is right here. I tried to tell everybody it was going back down and it did exactly. It's so crazy that it did exactly. And you guys will get used to that. The more you trade, you'll get used to what is the market going to do. And so seeing that it went up so fast, I kind of knew it was going down just as fast. So let's look. The market's about to open up. And let's kind of look at Apple. We see Apple's is getting so many sales. Wow. I haven't traded Apple in a second, but Apple, all we're getting is sales, sales, sales. Why are we getting sales from Apple? Because they're going through the tariff stuff. A lot of their stuff is made in China. And they said, oh, they were going to start producing some stuff in another country where there's no tariffs. And then, they're having big problems with our government right now. So it's kind of flatlined yesterday. I don't even want to take an Apple trade. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon said they were going to start putting their prices for their tariffs and just tell people that, hey, we're getting taxed on it. I don't like Amazon either. It's kind of flatline. No major movement. Here we go in the V, but you can't trade in the V on everything. Let's look at Walmart. Walmart hit a rock bottom down here and been going up. I'm going to avoid the stock market today, but I'm loving the crypto market. Like, the crypto market is looking really good. You can just see how it's moving. It's moving up, down, all around. Let's look at our gold that we love so much. And gold is in a downtrend. But it's kind of flatline right here. You can tell that gold's going to do something. It flatlined 70-80% of the time. It's going to go in the direction that it came in. And so it should be going back down. But this might be, something like this where it kind of flatlined, then went back up. So
Hey,
gold, I would need.
Lonnie,
Go
it
ahead.
looks like it's hanging out close to that support line. I was thinking that it's probably going to head back up since it's been down there for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at it. It looks like it's gonna go up. But most of the time, whatever it came in from, it's gonna go into it. But you can kind of tell this does look like it's been trying to just reverse course. And today, let me look at the stock market because that could really give us a prediction. You know, it's already red. Yeah. And so if the stock market is going down, then that means people are gonna be putting their money in to gold. So, you know, if you see a lot of red, Apple's down 3%. See, stuff like this is unheard of. You can see Apple just getting littler and littler every day. The biggest company ever in the world isn't the biggest anymore. You know, what we see right here, look at $2.9 trillion market cap. Let's see, 3.2. So Nvidia is bigger than Apple. That's something huge. Microsoft is bigger than Apple. That's never happened. We're looking at, you know, the history right now, where two companies are bigger than the biggest company ever. This company has lost so much money. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can see up here, you know, it was at 260. Now it's way down here at 198. I mean, this trillions, we're talking about it almost losing $1 trillion. So here we are. Let's see, it just changed and everything is green right now. CRM is still red. And so why did that happen so fast? Why did it go, you know, green when we were just looking at it? So let's look and evaluate what happened right now. What happened is there was a pre-market that we could have jumped on, right? But it started way up here. Now, is there money to buy into Apple? No, unless you bought into Apple yesterday and you knew the pre-market was going to be up here, you wouldn't even have known that. You would have made money if you were stayed in from yesterday, but that's not even logical because it was going down. But so it went up here. So what should we do? Should we buy Apple right now? I wouldn't, because of the stop loss or the stopgap theory. You know, I'd rather be in a down trade because it's gonna usually go back down, you know, 50% of the way. So if it started right here, it should come back down right here today. And then it might fire up and keep on going up. But I wouldn't be in a trade for Apple if I would have seen the pre launch of the market way up here. I would have been for it to go down. And that's probably what you'll see. You'll probably see a little bit of movement up, but it'll probably head back down. Nvidia, you know, they're gonna start letting you trade Nvidia. Nvidia just became the US 30 this year. And so, you know, companies are getting ready to Eric, remember that trade we took yesterday for SPX 500?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like losing for like a while, but now it just fired up, man. For
Yeah.
for a win. That's cool. I'm still in that trade.
US 30 is just tanking, even
See,
though
look.
everything's green. US 30 is just going down.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing, the SPX too.
Yeah.
Also, wow. Because we had that going down. Let's look at US 30. Yeah. And that's wild because if you look right here,
Yeah, it's all
right?
green.
But why is it doing that?
Yeah.
The reason why it's doing it is because of everything was going up in what? The pre-market. So
Yeah.
all we had to do is basically wait for the US 30 to fire up and see that everything in the pre-market was up, telling us that it's going to probably all these things are going to head back down. So look what happened right here. Now it's red. You see that?
Hmm.
Remember, I was saying it probably get down right here. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon fired up. Well, Amazon fired up right here, so it's still up for today. Nvidia is down already, right? So it started right here, it went up, and now it's going back down. So if we look, all the stuff is in what? Pre-market. You see this gap right here? This is where it stopped yesterday. This is where it started today. Walmart's going straight down right now. So everything's trying to go back to the market that it was at yesterday. You know, Microsoft fired up though, and it's going up. This is the biggest company in the world. Everybody's putting their money. This is like gold right now. Microsoft overdid Apple. Apple used to be the one that everybody was throwing the most money into, but now everybody's throwing it into Microsoft. So Navid's going down. Amazon's up. Apple is super big and is going down. And that's why US 30 is tanking. So that's how we have to know. Like, the thing that can be deceiving on this right here is, okay, where did the market close at and where did it open up at? Because this could all be green just on that time, though, only on the opening market time, because we seen everything was red, but everything in the pre-market was higher, right? So it's like higher, and then all these things that were in pre-market higher are going back down and trying to get to where they really belong. And now you see US 30 tanking. Now it's tanking. Huh? You talking to me?
Jeez.
Yeah. So Eric, we gotta
That's
look at stuff
crazy.
like that though, because that is something
Yeah.
that where somebody would see. Look, now remember what I
So
said though, right? I
gold is
said,
going up. Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So I said the market's going down, gold goes up.
Yep. Uh,
I'm glad you said something about that because that gets confusing because it's like, wait a minute, beach is green. Why is it going down? Right? Yeah, because
yeah.
everything was red. The pre-market had it boosted up, and now everything is going back down to where it should be, which means that's the US 30 is triggered by that.
Can you, oh yeah, 15 minutes. Zoom out a little bit because it looks like US 30s like just hit a uh a support
Yeah,
if
down
at the
here.
bottom. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the
But
same
I
one
would
that it
never
hit
get
like
into this
three
US
times.
30 right here. Let me tell
Oh
you
wow,
why, Eric.
still going down. Look at that
Yeah, I
candle.
wouldn't get into a trade going up here because this is moving so fast. This candle right here is so much bigger than anything else that we've seen. Like this candle was a big candle going down the first time,
Yeah,
but now you got something like this happening. It's too much momentum. It's like looking at a truck going downhill and then trying to stop that truck and move it back uphill. You know
yeah.
how much momentum has to happen, and you know,
Zoom out, zoom out a little bit because there's like two green candles on the left that did the same thing like a week ago,
like
where
right
it
here,
just went, it would just went straight up. Yeah, yeah.
these right here.
Oh, those two. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where it just went
Yeah.
the opposite way, where it went straight up, and then
Look
there's
at this
those
right
two
here,
big.
though.
Yep,
Look what happened
yep,
right here.
yep.
So
Same
you could
deal.
be in something like this right here. Woo, you don't
Yeah,
want to be in that going up.
that's crazy.
That's too, yeah, it just happened too fast. So we don't want to definitely take no buy right here. Now, you could take a buy, but that's something like on advanced level stuff. Because you could take a buy really quick, but you gotta have your stop loss. Like you gotta be willing to lose like 0.5% on your stop loss and then have like 2% on your take profit. And it could, if you catch it, bounce at the bottom, it can bounce up and you can win a lot of money because it's way outside of where it should be at right now.
Yeah,
But I just tend to, when the momentum's that fast, and let me show you how the momentum, like you can see the momentum on the MACD, like how
yeah,
fast this thing is just moving super fast. And everything is pointing like the money is going down, the money flow is way down here, which you could probably get going back up. But yeah, just be careful on something like that. Because if it was just a candle that was like these kind of candles up here, but this candle right here is so clutch.
it's so big. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
like,
huge.
wow, that came out
Yeah,
of nowhere. Even these candles for the SPX.
yeah.
Where's Nas at? Oh, there it is. Yeah, man, it's just it's looks like to me it's gonna be a bloodbath today. Here we go with Apple. Look, Apple already came all the way down here. Apple doesn't know what it wants to do. This candle right here, the cross is telling you that it should go the opposite way this candle started. So this should really be going down. Apple, Amazon is way down already. You see that? Naveed is down. Microsoft is even trying to go back down. It fired up here, but now it looks like it wants to go down. Micro or Walmart, look, started way up here. His Walmart
Hmm.
is getting crushed right now. If you were in it yesterday, you look like you're doing good, but if you got in at the opening bell on any of this stuff, going for this stuff to go up, man, you're not looking good right now. You know, look at this trade that we got in right here. Check this out. So we got in right here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I got out right here and told you, I said, get out, get out, get out, because right now, look, if we were in that trade right here, which looked good, now we're losing money down here.
yeah,
But we're just getting in the rhythm again. We're getting in the rhythm again. You caught that, Eric. You might have, you know, man, if you would have got in way down here, brother, that US 30 fired up when you said too. So
yeah,
that could have been some quick money for you, but that's more of an advance. That would be some one-on-one if we were on the call together, because that could have hurted somebody, because it could have kept on going down and took somebody out that didn't know how to use their stop loss.
yeah. That's a big candle. That's really big.
Yeah, we got in the SPX 500 to go down
Hmm.
yesterday, and look at it. I'm up
Yeah,
profits right now. I might get out because it looks like, but I feel like this is gonna probably keep on going down even further than where it is, like probably past this right here later on. But it always has to breathe. Whenever something goes so fast, it has to kind of breathe a little bit. But we don't want to be in a trade for it to breathe and make money. We want to be in a trade where it's going the right direction, not when it like pops back up a little bit, right? Because
yeah,
that's like scalping, and scalping usually hurts you more than helps you. Tesla was way up, it's coming down. Everything's going down right now. Wow. Looking at from the 15-minute perspective, you can see, yeah, you got to watch out for this market. Everything's going to still look kind of green, but it, that's because of the pre-market is so high. Let me look at it at let's see, where is it at? Market cap, coin market cap. Let's look at the crypto. I feel like crypto is the best investment right now for our money, because things are starting to turn around. And that's when you want to get into crypto, when things are at their lowest and they start turning around. That's when you always want to get at crypto. So I always like to kind of talk about it to everybody. Bitcoin, look, in the last 7 days is up 5%. My son even texted me, Dad, Bitcoin's up 111,000. I was
hmm,
like, good, because my son, he collects crypto. Everything, we know that everything is tied to Bitcoin. So Ethereum is even looking better. Today it's up 3. See, I'm still in that trade that's going really good on Ethereum. Let's see what else. XRP, it has so many coins, man. I just, yeah. For the last 7 days, it's up 0.07. That's good to some people. But if you're in any other coin, 7% in the last 7 days.
yeah. That's
BNB.
crazy.
Solana, this is the one I'm in the most. Most of my crypto is in this. It's up 7.6. I just like Solana because it's kind of like a Bitcoin, because it doesn't have so many coins, and it's so good. Like when you move it, it only costs like a penny to move like thousands of dollars of it. And then when you move Solana, it moves so fast. It's like one of the fastest ones out there. I mean, it moves in like seconds. So I really love that. Cardano is another one that moves really fast. And you might want to, if you're a start buying crypto person, you might want to buy more ADA than Solana because ADA is in the pennies, 76 cents. And I think this is going to be in the thousands one day. So, if I'm a new person, my second highest stake in stuff isn't in Bitcoin. A lot of people put most of their money in Bitcoin. But like Bitcoin, if it goes up to 200,000, I just double my money. Like if this goes up to $1,000 or $500 Cardano, it's like you have 500 times your money. So instead of doubling it, you might as well put it into something that this is a really, really good coin. Tron is really good. Also, the reason why I don't get a lot of Tron, I need Tron to move money because I use Tether Tron, which is the cheapest to move, or Solana Tron or Tether. But I only, probably got $2,000 in Tron because Tron is like a coin that has too many coins in it. It's just, it's a Chinese coin. So a lot of people are using it, but it's not going to really go up in value that fast because it's just too many other coins. So I don't like buying coins that are just too many of them. Chain Leak is a really good coin. You should have got in it before. I'm probably just stay back. Avalanche too. You might be too late to the party for that. Um, Another one, if you want to just put in $200-300, and if something happens, you can make $1,000,000. Is this coin right here, Shiba Inu. I got thousands and thousands of dollars in Shiba Inu because I got it when it first came out. And so if this goes to like 1 penny, I'll probably have $1 billion. Let's see. What's another one? This one I've been seeing a lot about. I need to do more research on it, but this looks like a kind of good coin. It keeps on moving up. I remember seeing it when it was under 1 penny. The Ton coin, I got a lot of this right here, but I got in way before. And this is tied to Telegram. So this is a Telegram coin, which moved all the way up to 20 place. Litecoin is really good because this is like before Solana kind of took over and dominated. Litecoin was that one that was like built on being really fast, but it's a little more to move. So I wouldn't even get that coin right now. Polkadot, I do have some of this right here. It's pretty good coin. Let's see. Aave is a good coin, but you kind of missed out on it. It's at 281 right now. Uniswap is a really good coin, but it's more of the technology behind Uniswap. This is how when new coins come into service, you can't buy them, you can't find them on Coinbase or different wallets won't allow you to buy certain coins that are on here. So when you want to be like a collector of crypto, you got to use something like a Uniswap, and that's the D app technology where you can buy these coins and hold them in a wallet, but sometimes you just have to hold them in the swap wallet. But you see it go up 14%. You're saying, well, why is it doing that? This is more of a technology type coin to where the coin is bumping and going up because of the technology that's behind it. Let's see. Kronos is a pretty good coin. We got the Trump. The Trump is at $13, which is right around where it hit the public at. It went up to $70 and people cashed out and made billions of dollars. The reason why it's going up a little bit, actually 7 days it's going down a little bit, but today it's going up. They've been talking about this coin a lot, saying that is it legal for him to have made that much money, and they're trying to figure out how much money he really made because there's no way to really tell because they probably just bought more crypto with it. But you can track people's crypto wallets, and a lot of people don't know that. Like if you have a crypto wallet number, I could look and tell you how much is in there. I had a mentor has a lot of money, and he was telling me, did this person send me 70,000? I don't see it in my account. It hasn't hit yet. And I said, well, just give me the wallet address that they sent it from. And he did. And I said, well, there's never even been $70,000 in that account. So I could track what's in each account. I don't know who owns the account, but that's what's cool about Bitcoin and all these different wallets is you could track whatever been in a wallet. Let's see. I just want to see if there's anything else that's look at this one right here. Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance. Like just off of this name is making money, like 30% up, but that might be over. I wouldn't buy that coin. That's like a meme coin to me. Meme coin means that it might not have a real purpose. It's just like a coin that has a cool name and people will buy it. But when it doesn't have any purpose, it's just called a pump and dump. People are gonna buy and then they'll sell real quick. This is a good coin, Cosmos. I'm just telling you guys what coins have like good technology around. This is a meme coin like this right here, fart coin. It's up 20% almost. And it just what does it do? Probably nothing. It's like Dogecoin, dog coin. Like it's just a cool little name. And they pop up. Sometimes Elon Musk says their name on his stuff and it goes up, or you know, somebody like a celebrity says something about it. Yep, that's about it. Oh, helium. I just seen that. This one's cool too. This is a good coin right here. It has good technology and it's moving on its way up. So yeah. So you guys want to get some crypto? If you're new to the game, I would start out um, buying some Bitcoin first because you're probably gonna need Bitcoin to buy the other coins. And that's the easiest way to buy other stuff is through Bitcoin or Ethereum. So you start out with those two coins, then you start buying. I would buy Solana and Cardano to start out with, and then I would buy the next one. Is my third one is Maddox. Where's Maddox at? Well, Maddox is probably up here somewhere. Here it is, right here, number 45. I buy Matic. Or previously it was Matic, so it's Polygon is the name of it also. So I would buy those three. Those three would be the ones that I would start buying up right now. I wouldn't hold, I don't want to hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin, yes, is going to go up still, but Bitcoin's at the top. Like it just hit the top of what it should have did, basically. Eric, if you were right, man, when you said to get in that real quick because it hit that support, went straight up after that. Good job, Eric. Man, Eric's been studying and really is so motivated to learn how to trade so good. He's new, but man, the stuff that he does, it might take the average person a year to get to where he is in a couple months because he's really studying and really looking at it and really listening and watching videos. And every time I do one-on-ones with him, I'm like, man, he's advanced. So I'm proud of that. We got Nas. We got a sell right here for Nas, and it looks like it's going right back down. I love it. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Because we're back on. We're back on. We'll be back on tomorrow too. So what we did is we looked at this. We won money on GBPJPY. We went on the news first. Then we looked at the currency strength meters. Then we got into some trading and talking about, why is this lit up green, but it's going the other direction. And it's because of the pre-market. And tomorrow's gonna be now. Remember, on Monday, I don't trade Mondays. I don't really trade, and that's because the market is so different than what the real market is gonna be. So the real market for the week starts on Tuesday, and it starts moving in the general direction for the whole week. And so what we've seen today is that um, I think tomorrow that the market's going to probably move up. So if we want to take some trades at the end of this day, which would be, for the stock market closes at 2, or let's just say about 4:30 Eastern time, or 1:30 West Coast time, Pacific's time, you would want to be in some of these trades for it to go back up. But what we've seen right here is, look, it went way down. Now it's trying to go back up. And so that's why the US 30 and everything, started going back up, because the big trades went down and now they're trying to move back up. But Apple is just hurt. Apple is hurt. Walmart looks really good though. So I want you guys to take a small trade. I want you guys to get in about 4 o'clock Eastern time, or 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I want you guys to get in a trade. Okay, a trade for either Walmart, Amazon, Apple. I don't know if you'll be able to trade Navid because it's not tradable a lot of places, but or Microsoft. And I want you guys to trade for it to go up at the end of the day today. And then I believe pre-market is going to do the same thing it just did today, and it's going to be way up. So you'll just make money on the pre-market. You know what happened the other Thursday? Pre-market on Friday open up way lower. And let's find out what happened on Monday. Oh, I'm on 5 minutes. We'll be here all day. Okay, so this is Friday, Thursday, and it opened up on Friday way pre-market really low and had a big candle. This is Walmart we're looking at. And so, oh, duh. So this is Monday today, you guys. Sorry about that. We're on Monday really in the market because we had that holiday yesterday. And so the market wasn't open. So this is really the beginning of the market. And that's probably why it's so topsy-turvy. And tomorrow will stabilize. Tomorrow will be like a Tuesday where the real market's going to open up. I'm like looking for Monday, like, what's going on? Yep. You guys know I didn't trade yesterday. All right, let's look one more time. When you look at it from the half an hour perspective, it's a little bit green, but you see that it's all across. I would like these to go down mostly. Walmart might keep on going up. All right, you guys, we will see each other tomorrow. Let's get some more one-on-ones together. Just text me on my phone or text me on the WhatsApp personally, and let's get you guys a one-on-one. Make sure that you're writing down questions if you're not one that wants to talk on the calls, because every day when we're doing our call, you guys could be asking questions and things like that, and that really helps out. Like what Eric was saying probably helped everybody out. So don't think that you have a question that doesn't make sense, or you're so new and everybody's gonna think something weird, like you don't know what's going on. Just ask the question, because a lot of the questions you're gonna ask is a question probably that somebody else wants to ask, but they're not asking. All right, you guys have a good day. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Thank you.